For exercise 7-3, what we're really focusing on is the auxiliary view. Now, for the auxiliary view, typically there's going to be an angled face, and what we want to do is create a view that looks straight on at that face. So in here, we've got the standard looking in this way is going to be the front, looking straight down is going to be the top, looking in from the right-hand side is going to be the right view. But there's no view that we can do that is going to accurately show what the exact shape of this face is, simply because it's on an angle. We can see the true length of this from the right side view, so that's the view that we're going to be projecting the auxiliary view from. Now, to kind of speed up the process, I've already gone ahead and drawn the top, front, and right side views of this particular object. Now, the way that I've done this is here we have a full front view, a full right side view, and then in the top view I only did a partial section of that angled face, simply because it's not going to show all the detail that we need. So when you're completing this exercise, you can break this part of the view using the spline command. And I'm just going to go ahead and delete this spline and show that real quick. So if you type in SPL, that'll take you into the spline command, and from there you can just click on an endpoint and then click up a little bit, down a little bit, and then you can close it off. Now, the way the auxiliary view works is everything in the auxiliary view needs to be parallel to the face that you're creating it off of. In this case, we have this face right here. So to maintain my view spacing, I'm going to go ahead and do this just like I've done every other view, and do it at a 25 millimeter view space. So I'm going to use the offset command and set my distance to 25 to create that first line. Now this whole thing is 28 wide, so I'm going to come in here and offset 28. To make sure that you always have the same angle as the original line, using the offset command is going to be the easiest way to do this. At this point, we've got a line that's going to be right here, and that represents this edge here. Now coming out from that edge, we would have an obscured surface that would show us this face right here, but rather than going through and creating every part of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that goes out a little bit, extending off of that 30 degrees. Going to draw a line that goes out this way a little bit, extending off of the 30 degrees, and then I'm going to type SPL enter to create a spline to kind of show that there's a broken view here as well. So none of the detail from any of the other faces is going to be represented on here. So the center point of this thing is at 14. So if I offset 14, I can bring this over. And I'm going to draw a line that connects this endpoint to this endpoint. And then I'm going to offset that down 10 to locate the center point for the circle that I have here. Now, since this is a true view looking directly at that shape, it's actually going to be a circle. So I'm going to put a circle in right here at this intersection with a diameter of 12. Now from here, I'm going to draw a line from this quadrant out to perpendicular to this line. So I'm going to shift right click and select perpendicular and left click right there. Next, I'm going to come from this quadrant, shift right click, go to perpendicular, and click right here. Now I can erase the construction lines that I used to create this, and then use the trim command to trim out the geometry that I no longer need. So in this situation, what we now have is we have a flat view looking directly at this face. And this is a view where I can place the dimensions a lot cleaner, and I can do a lot of I can put more information in to this view to locate where this is, where it would be obscured in this view, or I would have to dimension to hidden features in this view. So by doing it this way, I can very easily go through and get exactly what I'm looking for. Now, not required, but a good thing to do to just kind of give a reference as to what this view is. If I do a line from here, and I'm just going to go perpendicular to this face, and then I'm going to break it. So I'm going to type BR, enter, click right here, and then just break that line. And I'm going to put a little arrowhead in here just so that we can see that this view is actually being referenced from this particular face right here. Now, different companies might have different standards on how they want you to call out that this is an auxiliary view to this one, but just showing a small arrow will do the trick as well.